So 7.3 ordered pairs. An ordered pair is always in the form. It's always going to have a certain form. It's always going to be written the same way. You are going to have a set of parentheses. And inside that parentheses, you are always going to have two numbers. An X number and a Y number. And there's always going to be a comma between those. So an ordered pair, always two numbers in parentheses, an X number and the X number is always the first number, the Y number is always the second number. Okay? And they're always separated by a comma. Okay? The first number being the X represents movement along which way do we call this? What do we call it? Horizontal. Represent the horizontal movement. And maybe you want to put, this is like the left or right. And when you go left, you're always going to go negative numbers. And when you go right, it's positive numbers. We're going to start off with all positive numbers. So you don't have to worry about the negative at this point. So we're always going to go positive. And the nice thing is, a lot of the grids you're going to use are going to have numbers on them, or at least some of the numbers. So you just got to make sure you're following the correct signs. The second number represents, if the first one's horizontal, the second one represents vertical. Vertical, which would be the up or down. And up is going to be your positive, and down is your negative. And again, we're going to live in the positive world for a little while. So you don't have to worry.
How many numbers are between
All right.
-1?
So, identifying order pairs. What that means is if you're given something, like if in this picture we say like where's the library, so you'd find the library, what coordinates are it, you're always going to start at 0, 0, which this grid only gives you, there's 1 0 there. You have to understand there is a 0 right here too, right? Okay. So this point where those two meet is 0, 0 down here. In the corner. That's 0, 0 on this grid. Okay? You're first going to count how many spaces horizontal you go. So you're going to start at 0 and you're going to count how many spaces you go to the right or to the left. This number becomes the first number in the ordered pair. Then you're going to count how many vertical you have to go from 0, 0 to get to the second number in your ordered pair. So let's look at the library. So my library is, yes, Mason. So our library here lands on, and I'm going to put a dot on it right in the center of the library there. Lands right there. So first, how many horizontal are you going?
2.
You're going 2 over, so you put a 2 first. Then you put a comma.
No, I thought you put parentheses.
Wait, which one's library?
It says library on it right there.
Yeah, you said parentheses.
Now, how many vertical do we go? Abdriel, how many vertical do we go for the library?
2.
Count again.
3.
3. And we'll put that in parentheses because it's an ordered pair. Okay? So the library's location is 2, 3.
Now, this one.
Do you always have to put a dot and everything?
You don't have to put the dot on the grid. I'm just putting it on there so you know exactly where we're going.
How do you know what do you
My coordinates for the school are 6, 5 because we went over to 6 and up 5. Then we're going to go all the way over to the pool. The pool's way over on the end here. And we'll go the middle of the pool there, or kind of the middle of the pool. How far to the right do we go? 12. And how far up?
1.
1 up for this one. Just 1 up there. Yep. Okay. All right. The next thing you're going to have to do is make a graph of your own. Coordinate grid. So again, we're going to live mainly in the positive world. So if you look at the grid that's on your paper, it's positive world. So a coordinate grid is formed by horizontal and vertical lines, and it's used to locate points somewhere. Very similar to finding something. They give you a location. You're going to start at the origin, which is 0, 0. It's special name here, origin. And you're going to move right however far you need to go. And then you're going to move up however far you need to go. So labeling some points. So we have the point Q. It says 4, 6. How many to the right am I going to go?
4.
4. So I go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm right here. How many far up am I going to go, Grady? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my point. I put a point there and it says label it. What am I going to label it?
Q.
Q. So I'm going to put a Q here.
Yes, I like this already. This is gonna be fun.
Okay? Then, point S. 0, 4. How many to the right am I going to go?
0. Nothing.
0. I don't move anywhere to the right. So I'm on this first line there. And how far up am I going to go?
4.
4 up. So I put a dot right there.
Literally.
Okay? Right there. And what am I going to label that one, Olivia? S. So I put an S there. So putting things on a coordinate grid. There's finding things. What are the coordinates of this? Oh, you'd have to find that. Or here's the coordinates. Put it on the grid. 2 different things you might have to do. Okay?
Okay.
All right. A little lengthier assignment because it's a lot of finding things on grids.